Game. Hey, solid boss. Whatever X, thank you very much for the 38 months, dude. Whew. I wouldn't say it's over, but conquered in 6 days. Hope you guys are well. Thank you again for that, dude. 38 months support. Woo! Hey, Tomo. For the relearning. I know. It's difficult. Hey, Villa, how you doing, dude? Started my new stick journey 3 weeks ago with Thrustmasters, and I'm instantly hooked, and I can't wait to improve on sticks. Low flying is so addictive. I know. It's a huge amount of people that would be like, "Oh, low flying is boring. I don't understand why people do it," and then they do it, and they get addicted to it because they realize what it's about, and it's just having fun, wanting to improve yourself all the time. When you start getting new joysticks all the time, it starts, yeah, it becomes an issue to keep up. Hey, Cough. Zeman. Good morning, afternoon, evening to you guys. So much fun. My brother phoned me after I streamed Low Flying and was asking why I was so excited. it looked like I'm not doing anything. He's yet to be bitten by the SE bug. I know a lot of people like that as well. They're like, oh, I have no interest in Star Citizen, and I guarantee you, you'll see them, you know. Let's see if this works. Nice. You remember starting wannabe devs say 90 days tops for the collapse of SE in 2017? There's been a couple. Are you talking about our desktop commander himself? Are you talking about some of the guys that got booted out of CIG? Which one? It's not to the sticks, Tomo. It's the fact that I'm using new bases, so it's a completely different cam spring system than what I've been used to for 2 years. So it's technically like brand new joysticks if you think about it. So it'll take me like a few to learn it. Yeah. Desktop commander. And they were good memes. Good memes. Oh. Alright. Let's get on with it then. Woo! Good afternoon. I'm gonna, again, still not scream or shout too much until the old throat is much better, but welcome in, guys. Hope you're doing well. I'm your host, TheDarkLaw, Michael. And welcome to the darkness. It is Tuesday chat, 13th of September. Getting on with that one. 22, day 118 in a row. Pretty crazy. We're almost at that point. I think we've got like, what? Another 4 days, and then it would only be 2 months to go to hit the 6 month, which is fucking nuts, like, right? Crazy stuff. But I hope you're all doing well. Welcome in. It seems that Mr. Tuvo and Sinalaya are having a competition to see who can send the most amount of tea these days, because Mr. Tuvo dropped off a gift wishing you a speedy recovery with also more tea. So I have powder coming out of my mind right now, which is massively appreciated because, yeah, that tea has been a massive clutch over the past like 6 days, consuming it on a lot higher level because right now I'm not able to eat any solids or anything like that, so it's just tea, milkshakes to keep the body going, so to speak. So yeah, Mr. Tuvo sent us some more tea, and I already had all of Senalia's tea still. I don't know where the fuck to put it, man. So I've now just got this big plastic box with like 5 packets pushed into it, just saying on the tea counter now, like to where I make tea. And yeah, that's it now. It's fucking ridiculous. Because I actually at one point, no joke, I picked up the box because it got delivered. I was like, I've not ordered anything from Amazon. I was like, what has Sinalaya done now? And then I was like, oh, it's Mr. Tuvo. For fuck's sake, who's next? Is it Tough Mudder's going to send me some tea? It's gonna be fucking piling up back here. I think he will do. He's a smart boy with his money. Is Mr. Tuvo. Hey, Hunky, how you doing? Joe, welcome in. So yeah, I have so much tea now. It's not even funny. However, again, it is really appreciated because that stuff is just a lot easier. I've got a cup right here to consume, and it means I don't need to buy milk. Then the milk is just for the milkshakes for food. So this is great, man. Again, like, I don't know what's wrong with my stomach. It's one of these stages where I hope it's nothing too serious, but I literally can't eat solids right now, which is a weird one for me. It just takes too long to process, so it's just literally these milkshakes been having, and tea, water, and that's it. So hopefully the stomach will allow me to do more than what I have been consuming right now. I mean, the good thing is I'm losing a huge amount of like excess fat. I'm still nowhere near able to do any like weights and stuff just now that I have been doing before COVID. That's gonna eventually come. But yeah, I'm gonna have to start whacking on, I don't know, the egg yolks and stuff like that, the whites. Get that protein in. I'm on day 7 now, Hunky, so I've had COVID for the past, like, week, you know. So I've just got this sort of, like, tickly cough, chesty cough, and that's it. Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. My mother, like, so the rule is, obviously, she drinks a shit ton of tea. Like, She's one of these people, like for me, I will drink tea if, like say for example, like I'll drink tea if I need like a pick-me-up kind of thing. My mum will drink tea just for the fucking sake of it. So she gets rationed on the tea that you sent, Senelaya, because she'll just literally go through a bag without even realizing it. So the rule is when the bag gets to the empty, she's got to wait until I tell her it's okay to open up another bag. She's like, do you want a cup of tea? I'm like, no, I'm fine. You sure you don't want a cup of tea? So I think she's a little bit addicted to it, but it's funny. How you doing, devs? But yeah, that tea definitely makes life so much easier for me right now, purely because it's just hot water for the tea. Since it's instant, it's got the sugar, all that jazz in it. And then all the milk that I have in the fridge is just literally for the milkshake, which is my food just now. And hopefully I'm gonna try and expand my stomach somehow. Like I literally had a shake before coming live and my stomach already feels really sore. So not sure what's happening. May have a problem with the stomach processing food right now, which is not that good. But then again, this is only day 7 of COVID, so there might be just something still lingering that stops it from doing what I need it to be. Anyway, today guys, we've got the joysticks dialed in with all the new settings. We're still on the new cams. I'm pretty sure I've got the clutch on the left and the right how I want it. Right's a little bit heavier. I haven't done any adjustment to the pedals just yet. And it's more just dialing in. PvP, like we're not red just now because I'm pretty sure I couldn't aim for shit. So we're gonna do a bit of flying just to sort of warm up. Not too much though. I don't know how long I'm gonna go on for today because 5 hours yesterday was a lot of fun, but it had a, like as soon as I went out for a walk, which was a bit of a mission, I collapsed in bed about 7 o'clock, so yeah, I'm not gonna do too much today, and see how it goes, just a light few days, and yeah, then we'll get into some Arena Commander like Vandal Swarm or something like that and see what it feels like to actually work on the pip. All I know is that like when it comes to PvP, the best thing to do is just delve into as much PvP as you can, and that's probably what I'll pick up on in the next few days. But yeah, right now it's just to make sure that we have the smoothness in. I think we've pretty much got that as well with the ooh, that is way too like I'm working on the yeah. I'm gonna put this back to like 95. Yeah, we're doing a lot of tweaking with settings. What cams did you end up using? I'm using the no center Cosmo cams for the CM3, which would be the same as like the CM2 and stuff like that. But obviously, compared to like the Warbirds, it's a completely different beast. So, like I was saying to Tomo, it is exactly like relearning to fly on different joysticks. If I was just changing out the grip, it wouldn't have been as much of a problem. But because we're on completely different bases, cams, springs, there's a lot of differentness, and I like it actually. I like how it is a lot heavier to be able to do things. In this setup, it feels way more like where if when I start playing DCS, I'll enjoy it more because of this. But obviously, everything to do with Star Citizen is going to be off for a bit. Obviously, we still got the ability to do low flying, but to have that precision is going to take like a good couple of weeks to a month to get it up again. But that's why we practice. And we still got like a few weeks anyway until Citizen Con, so it's all good. We got like a good month, 2 or 3 weeks anyway. So I probably won't run red until maybe Friday. Once I've got a little bit more confidence in actual grips and stuff. Hey Blasty, how you doing, Chief? So yeah, it's pretty much just chilling out, trying to fully recover from COVID, because obviously still, you know, quite tired all the time. But yeah. However, I have noticed that with these bases, I am able to hold my speed a lot higher than the warbird, which is really, really nice. So for future Star Citizen, like I said, when I was first testing out the bases and stuff, I will probably be able to go faster and lower down the line than before because of the weight and precision with it. Hey Tough, how you doing, Chief? But obviously, like, the biggest downside to it all is it is like everything that we were doing beforehand is out the window right now. We got some muscle memory from flight itself, but most of the time we do not have the ability to go much lower than I have right now. Like, I could not do it fast as fuck because the micro adjustment that you need to do for that thing, I don't know if it can actually be even done with this setup because it's so heavy. But I'm kind of cool with that. Like, the whole idea of low flying for me is I would rather go faster and raise my height up, because again, in the future, you're not going to be fucking sand surfing like we've all been doing for many, many years. This would be probably about the safe height if CIG do aerodynamics correctly, because you'll just stall out depending on how they're gonna have it. I definitely can hold my frontal speed a lot better, which is crazy because right now we're pushing like 700 meters a second. Pushing her down now, 800, oh sorry, it's just under 700 just now, 720, 760, I mean, like literally we're able to do that and I'm still got afterburner, which is really, really nice. That means that we're carving the air a lot better than we were beforehand. Which means already we're doing faster speeds than I was before I started using these joysticks, or the bases. Definitely a big difference. And I actually wasn't expecting it to be this crazy. I was expecting like the Verpal Primes, because they're metal, it was going to be extra weight, and I'm cool with that. It's the fact that I barely have to move my hands. If you notice, in comparison to like a week ago or before we started this endeavor, like, I barely have to move my hands to do certain maneuvers, which is insane. Which means that once I master this, my PvP aim will be even worse, or sorry, better than it was beforehand. So we actually might be able to fully regain the Devil of Daymar nonsense where nobody can beat us. We'll see. Because the biggest thing for me with previously was my aim was so off that I would get beamed down quite hard. With this, I can already feel my aim or precision better. However, I definitely need to maybe change the FOV. I think it feels a little off. I think I'll need to go to 72 or at least 71. It could just be my eyes are sore as well, so we'll need to play around with that a bit. Like, look at that. I literally can hold a 440 turn without even afterburning. I couldn't do this before on the Warbird. You would just over move. This clutch just allows me to lock in movement so much better for like these sort of stiff sort of flying. Again, it's not needed for PvP, but it's really good for precision flying. To hold angles and hold speed. Fine polish, well, relearning. Again, whenever you use something differently, you've got to rebuild new muscle memory for it, so I always call it relearning, because you've got to find exactly what your hands are able to do, your arms are able to do, muscles, all these things. How you doing today, Razzie? Yeah, it's got a clutch, Tomverino. It's got a dry clutch in this base. I'll show you. Watch this. I don't have it as drastically on. So yeah, watch this. There. Let me just lock it down now. A dry clutch in it. It fucking slowly come back to the center. So I don't have it too tight just now because obviously I'm still suffering from COVID, so I don't want to do too much. So having it like, it doesn't do like a wiggle. Hey Mitch. So I don't have it too much on the left one because I want this to be a little bit snappier, but it's, you can see there, that's with the clutch sort of barely on, and then, you know what I mean, like you can easily see there's the difference between a clutch. It just thunks. And this allows very small precise movement on the actual gimbal, which is really nice. But obviously this is where like we're going to be spending a few days to adjust to it, because obviously with Star Citizen you want your left, your up and down to be quite snappy. But I also don't want, I want a little bit more finer on the, yeah. I'm probably just gonna leave this Allen key out just now so I can make adjustment on the fly of it. At the cost of snappy movement, yeah. But again, for me, The right, I want it where literally when I put my crosshair over your pip, you know what I mean? Like I could probably almost turn off ESP because I'd be wanting to learn to do it with my own arm kind of thing. I know you'd still use ESP, but that's sort of like where you could use the clutch for and other things like that. So the forward and backwards, like for me I want left and right to be a little bit snappy on the left stick. Obviously you can't do anything about the twist. We've got the dampener on my pedals, which makes it a lot more harder to move through certain things, but for me, especially when it comes to the future of Star Citizen's flying in atmosphere, instead of you... Right now, obviously, atmosphere combat is very much still face-to-face, reverse ski, forward ski, all that nonsense, and in the future, it will be who actually can manipulate the air at faster turns and faster angles. And for me, for somebody who does jet fighters, I would rather have my right stick be... I mean, look at that, right? I literally have the ability to now do a very, very small pull movement, and I'm holding that 500 meters a second here. We'll then just slowly out-roll her in here. We're still at 500 into the push, not even afterburning. So we've managed to keep our speed and momentum without using decouple, without using afterburner, and I barely slowed down because I'm not pulling too much on the movement. And this is where, again, when aerodynamics and control surfaces come into Star Citizen, when you actually want to engage on an attack into a merge, you want to make sure that when you go into your angles of attack, you're not losing that speed too much. And people who overspin, or it's like, say for example, you're trying to do like a circle strafe, right? If people over circle strafe, it doesn't work. It just makes you roll basically, or aileron on the spot. It will be the same thing for here for barrel rolling, where if you pull too hard, too fast, you're not going to actually do anything, and you could end up actually stalling out however they actually have it built into it. So for me, I want to learn with very, very tight movement on the left and right, since it's my roll and pitch, and just get it where like there's no DPI, like if it was on a mouse basically. So I've got that very, very fine movement here, and then the left stick is pretty much to move your TVI if you think about it. If anybody doesn't know the difference between like left and right joystick, when you're doing your left stick is your TVI movement, and your right stick is your crosshair, depending on how you have the angles or the axes set up. So for me, I want to aim with my right and I want to move with my left. And this is where, for me, aiming, I want it to be very, very precise, but I also want the left to move, wiggle here. See, that's really, really nice. Like, I'm actually strafing left, right, continuously, but the TVI is barely moving over the horizon as I follow it, which is very, very fucking precise. It's a lot more extra work that I'm having to do, but I'm still holding that 330 speed without even engaging any G-lock right now. And that leaves me a huge amount of afterburner to be able to play with then, to bring up the speeds. And we're doing 400 right now, nearly 500 before the blackout. And I'm very, very happy with that. However, for PvP, aiming and stuff, this is where it's going to take me a very long time to learn this one. I see, but is the resistance too big when you have the dry clutch halfway? The dry clutch would be more for like just having it where it rubber bands back, so to speak. I've got the ability to, on these bases compared to the Warbird one, where if I bring up here for you, Tomberino, you'll see it on this one, there's like a little cap here. I can pop this rubber cap off and put an Allen key in here to change the spring tension on the fly. Which is something I'm not used to. Now I have it fully tensed up just now because I want to have quite heavy springs for the movement. But again, this is where like it's going to take me ages to actually have to adjust on as I play the game, because I've never used something like this. This base is, it takes the warbird and just, for me, it kicks the shit out of the warbird. But then each to their own, you know? Yeah, I might loosen off this a little bit here. Yes, this is this one. I can't remember what Allen key I need for this one though. Will it fit? No. We're gonna need a bigger Allen key for this. Alright, no probs, Tamburino. If you got any questions, you'd feel free to ask. Just loosen the spring slightly here. Yeah, that's a lot nicer. I'm gonna keep these marked as that way just to remember which way it is on the old tension. It's feeling better though. There's a wee kind of like spring noise. I'm not sure if that's just tension. Did you use those Z adapters? Yeah, I used them at the start of the year for like 6 months. About yesterday, the Frostmaster TCA Sidestick Airbus edition, and I'm not sure if I will even play with that joystick plus the old Frodo. Yeah, that Frostmaster thing's not very good for like space flight, I would have to say. The Airbus is definitely designed more for just doing that. So we try that. That's more for like flight simulator stuff. More like that. Yeah, that should be better. You ever thought about having PvP tournaments on stream for content? Maybe you have done. PvP is so boring in this game, Razzie. Like, when I watch tournaments and stuff like that on fucking thing, I'm just like, all it is people going forward and backwards in a fucking battle of who can backstrafe first. Like PvP is so shit, Razzie, right now. It is in the worst state it's been for a very long time. It's so unathletic to watch. So yeah, I just have zero interest in, you know, highlighting PvP. Like, literally a gerbil could do PvP. There's no skill involved in it. Alright, that's a nice sort of shift left and right. Get slow here. Yeah, the CM freeze, tough. That's why, like, this is a lot harder to get into, because first of all, the cams are different, but the clutch as well. I'm trying to find where I want the clutch to be. So it's a lot of little Allen key work to try and get used to it right now. That would be GVG. GVG? What, guild versus guild? Do you notice a difference? What do you mean, mayonnaise? Notice a difference? There's a huge fucking difference between the bases that I was using beforehand to this base. You can see why it has a massive price increase. Yeah, you can use the old alphas on them, yeah. Yeah. If you're definitely for playing DCS World tough, you're right, would be the upgrade, right? I don't think you would need it so much for the left for Star Citizen, but right for DCS would give you a much better feel in movement, because you can clutch it off to make it tighter and stuff like that on the fly. So you just have your cams, you get used to your cams, and you can change the spring tension and the dry clutch on the fly. I don't need to dismantle them for that. That's what I'm doing just now. But would you need it for the left? I don't know. Like, right now I'm trying to find where I would want the clutch to be for Star Citizen by using the left, because you don't really want too much lockdown ability for that kind of stuff. You know. Fuck's sake. Alright. Ugh. Yeah, I've gone from Warbird to CM3 mayonnaise, so that's why it's completely different for me. Not only am I on a different spring cam system, I'm also learning the new dry clutch that they've got, or adjusting it to what I would prefer to have. So that's why my low flying is going to be off for a few weeks, because it's basically like learning new joysticks at this stage. Very smooth. Well, the only difference would be the dry clutch. That's it. Thank you, thank you. That's all courtesy of Verpal. Verpal have provided these bases to me. We've got a Frotto as well to unbox, but I can't mount it just now, so we're just gonna wait until the stuff from Monster Tech arrives, because their shipment's a little bit behind. Oh yeah, definitely think of the future. Just remember though, like, I would definitely say tough. Do the purchase before you get back into like Star Citizen or any other game like that. Because with the amount of time that you've been away from the game, you know what I mean. You would be relearning a Warbird anyway, if that's what you've got right now. Something to consider. Monster Tech are sending me the plate to be able to mount the Verpal throttle to my desk. So I'm just still waiting on that for it to come in, and then we can actually get involved. Very smooth. Oof. Oh, we didn't even black out in that one. That was pretty good. It's quite a tight turn. May have blacked out if we were in decouple. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the throttle. I'm gonna use it for certain things in Star Citizen, but the it's more for DCS in the future. Alright. Let's get that warm up in. fucking precision on these joysticks are insane, man. Absolutely insane. Like, I'm barely having to shift the weight around. And we're holding fucking crazy speeds. Even though that the game never makes you feel like it. But holy shit. No. Alright, Tomo, take care, Chief. Really lost my wag. Thank God for an invulnerable part on the other boat. Let's get that all done. To you. And I gotta be damned, gonna hold me down, damn it into the night as you. Gonna hold me down. This whole world, it's pure and good and right. Wanna be some light. think I clipped a very, very small rock there. Yeah, I'm using the dry clutch, yeah. How you do today, Torkin? Maybe like here. Ah, yeah, I see it. Very, very small one. Getting used to it now, though. How's Damar? Doing well, actually. Starting to understand it. How you doing, you guys? I know, good afternoon. Sorry, guys. Ugh. Jeez. Alpha as well, welcome in, guys. Ondo, good day to you. Yeah, I'm using the dry clutch mainly on the right stick. The left stick does have dry clutch engaged, but it's very much lighter on the actual movement. The right stick, no joke. What a fucking game changer, like. What an absolute game changer. No. Like, seriously, spamming to get on my friends list is just never going to fucking happen. Like, if I don't ask people, it's not happening. There's two lifts. Shoo. More of a combat pilot instead of a low flyer, owning a pair of alphas and warbird bases. Do you think the upgrade is worth it? I wouldn't be able to tell you that just now, dude. I do both. Oh, fuck's sake, it's gonna be one of these days, is it? I do both PvP and Loveline as my primary parts in this game. And I've been using the warboards for 2 years now. Over 2 years, actually. And the difference in the Mongoose base is insane in what you can actually do, I feel, over the warboard, but how I would be able to comprehend that on PvP, we'll see. Definitely I feel there's way more precision in the what's it called? The Mongoose than there is in the warbird. But I guess it depends on how you play, because Ondo in chat is on CM2s. And he's a really, really good PvPer, so it's like, when you have people doing the argument of, oh, you'll massively suffer on the Mongoose base, I'm like, well, if Ondo's on the CM2 and he does that amount of level of PvP, you know? And no offense to Ondo, I don't think he puts a huge amount of effort into PvP like everyone in this game right now. You know, it's just is PvPing. I think it's just generally down to how you feel or how you want it to actually be. So I'm looking forward to seeing what I can actually do with it, because obviously I'm planning to give my warbird bases to the guys in the org so that they can actually get themselves into joysticks and stuff, or upgrade or something like that. So I've got a lot of hope for it. Yeah, I use pedals for yaw. For me, I simply can't take that out of my head, you know. But definitely for Loafline, this dry clutch in the right is insane for holding the precision that I need without overextending. How that will translate to actual PvP, I don't know. But right now, I'm able to hold certain heights at certain speeds, and I'm not fluctuating my speed. It's so difficult to try and explain this to people because they'll be like, oh, it's just TheDarkLaw low flying. No, there's a huge difference right now in my flight. It might be like it looks a little bit janky off, but my speeds are nearly 50, 60 meters a second faster than I would normally be going in certain turns. And that's definitely giving me a bit of a thrill right now. Is that I'm able to maintain speeds faster, higher, without having to use Afterburner as much, which is super, super cool. It's just a workaround. If you go to like YouTube and do like Starsis and Grim Hex elevator workaround, you'll find videos on it. Again, like I don't understand why people freak out about the Grim Hex elevators. It's literally a fucking 2-minute fix. You know what I mean? Like I went up and down 2 or 3 times. Whoop-de fucking do, man. I swear a lot of times people make fucking song and dances out of bugs in this game for no reason. Just because it affects your gameplay by like a few seconds. Frustrates me. There's so many more important things than getting this shit fixed, that's for sure. How's the new sticks? Well, let's look at it from one point of view. It's definitely new bases is more important right now because again, these Verpal Alphas, or the Prime, sorry, are the exact same grips that I've been used to. They're just in metal and they're just slightly heavier and they have better working components. So I can't really say anything more than that because, well, that's what they are, you know? They have this, they're a lot more chunkier. The bases though, the CM3s, first of all, I've gone from Warbird, no center Cosmo cams with the heavy, extra heavy springs to the Mongoose CM3, no center Cosmo cams, heavy springs, full tensioned, and with dry clutch engage, and it's a completely different ball game, but I really like it. It suits my kind of flying a lot better. Like I feel like I have way more precision movement, and I don't need to like, if you notice here, like I don't have to do this to roll. All I have to do is just sort of like find the curve, and I can manipulate it so much easier. So definitely for general flight, I'm really liking this. I definitely feel like I need to maybe put some more torque, notches on my hydraulic on my pedals, just to sort of balance it out a bit more between the two systems. Let's bring that down here. Oh! Somebody doing a mission? Oh. Holy shit. No. Don't shoot me. My little mission. Oh. Jeff. Let's see how you like this. Where is the mission runner? Where are you? Do your mission. I'm interested to see how this will go though. Will this give me a crime stat? Should we have Valkyrie? Oh, fuck a Valkyrie. Fuck a duck. Hornita? That'll be the Valkyrie. There's something else there. Can't really target it though. It's being a dick. Whew. The mission runner? Mission runner? Oh, there's another thing there. Hi. Oh, no, it's pretty precise actually. getting some nice speed though. Was a blue at warping point. Fuck, did they hit me from that distance? Come on, mission runner. I'm gonna have to just kill your shit then, eh? Oh dear. Oh yes, wine. Ooh, a little off, that's fine. That's nice, actually. Ooh! What the fuck point blank missiles that? Little sneaky. Who's that? And the targeting. Oh. Did they all just despawn? I kill one and they despawn. Or did somebody... I think maybe... Oh no! They've respawned! What the fuck is going on? They despawned, they lose one, they Man! We're getting ambushed. Ambushed! Oh! The fuck? How the fuck does that thing just like go brrr? Yeah, so I can just, this is actually good practice to feel what it's like. It's very heavy. Very, very heavy. Compared. But I like that though. A little bit more of a, what's this? Upgrades. Nice. Definitely gives me a bit more of a sense of... It's the, funny enough, the left stick is what feels off to me. Not the right one. The right one feels really good. It's just... The left stick... is an interesting beast right now. Yeah, that actually feels not bad. Not bad. Obviously, against the sweaty pilot, I'd be dead, but to sort of get an idea of the weight within the grips, definitely getting a good, like, you can feel the muscle memory, like, changing. having to like use different parts of the palm and stuff. Interesting that there's only one pad spawned. No. Oh. Hey, dude. Hey, Mikhail. How you doing, Chief? What's the model joystick? The CM3 from Virpil. This is probably somebody who come for their mission. Max Wiggin. That definitely has a way different tactile. Way different tactile. Oh. Often, what way? More just because of the weight of the, you know, like, so when the cams are so different on the Mongoose to the Warbird, it's insane, right? So because of the spring tension, where you can actually tighten the tension off on the Mongoose, I'm not used to, like, literally, it's like somebody's punching my hand, right? Doing this whilst I'm pushing it forward and backward. So it's just sort of learning to use this part of the muscles here to hold it in place whilst trying to do like forward and backwards and stuff like that. So getting those like precise aim shots on is off in a way because I'm not used to the weight of this this grip. It's amazing how the extra like 100 grams of weight does change out the feel of the Prime. Not too heavy, just not used to it, you know? One, it could be because I'm still technically under COVID. I could be ill and I'm not at the ability to deal with the strength of it just yet. But it's, compared to the Warbird and the Plastic Alpha, like, it's really, really good, but it's going to take me a few sessions to get used to that extra. I would say it's definitely with the grip and the way I've got the springs and the stuff sent up, it's probably a good 200 grams extra weight I'm having to push just now. But I like it, it's just, obviously I'm not used to it. And that's going to take me a wee while to get used to it. So that's what my speed movement for PvP would be off right now, because I'm having to learn this new adjustment of forward and backwards to hold my speeds. The twist is fine. The twist is definitely different on the Prime. Like, I don't know where people are saying it's not different. It feels different. Now, it might be the same unit that they use, but for me, like, I don't think it's like a different spring. I think it's just the way when you twist the left and the right to open it up through the gate just feels so different, in my opinion. Because again, when I grab this, right, you know? No, this is the other one actually. Whoops. Ugh. So if I grab this, right, and I do this, like, this is a completely different motion on the twist compared to the old Alpha. Like, this feels like it's a lot more snappier back, I feel, and this one eases out so much easier. And it could just be the extra weight of the grip that does it, and that's why it feels off in comparison. But also, Nubifier was saying that it was different. And I'm pretty sure Nubifier is one of these guys who's probably taken his joysticks apart to find out. But he was saying the twist, before they even announced the Prime and stuff, myself and Nubifier were talking about things, and yeah, he was saying that the the twist was different. And it definitely feels like it to me, but I think it could just be like a placebo effect where because the grip is heavier, it feels different to twist it, you know? Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Because of the extra weight of the grip, it makes it feel different. It might be the exact same mechanical parts, but because you're talking about 100 grams more of twist, you know what I mean? 100 grams on that twist, it makes it feel different. And I generally believe that you shouldn't snap this spring because you should, like I said, when you're doing options for this now, I would highly suggest that when people are doing controls, when it comes to your left, put your saturation on your twist 75 or 50 and just don't wiggle the movement around as much because you don't need to. Like, this feels a lot more stiffer to me because, again, it's a heavier base. And I've just put the movements up by 25% of saturation to make it feel a little bit better. And I don't have to twist like crazy to make it move, which is really, really nice. Hey, Evolve, thank you very much for that raid, dude. Appreciate that. Welcome in, guys. I don't want to lose precision on my flight by nerfing it with saturation. The thing is, though, like, you're not going to lose your precision on Do. It's just like this is where it's in the head. If you start thinking that way, it's in there because you're doing the exact same movement. The difference is you don't do the movement as much. That's it. You know what I mean? That is just you changing how you think to your twist in your hand. It will save you snapping springs. All you have to do is just learn to, instead of doing a full movement, you do half a movement to do a full movement. That's it. You know? Hey dude, how you doing, Evolve? Thank you for that, Chief. Appreciate that. Ripper as well, thank you for the follow. Demon, thank you for the follow as well, guys. How you doing? Woo! I'm going to buy Frostmaster T6000. I had them a few years ago, but they are really, really good joysticks. No, they're really good. You can also eBay them afterwards, you know, and they'll sell really fast if you want to change out and stuff. How was your stream though, Evolved? I saw that you were down at the old racetrack. What's your time now? I've not been able to keep up with many streams for the past like week because I've been having the wonderful COVID. Hey Rod, how you doing, Chief? His crap best time was 1:53, 2 laps. What's mine again? Is that an arrow that you're doing that evolved? Mine was 1:41 in an arrow. Fastest lap was 47 seconds. And I did 50 laps in 43 minutes without crashing. That was pretty badass. Oh, that's an eraser. Alright, yeah. Yeah, no offense, that's shit then. If I'm faster in an arrow, then you... Doing Merlin. Merlin's like one of the best or fastest to do it or something like that now. And you just respawn and do it that way, yeah. Yeah, that's slow for a razor, like. Most likely you're just overturning then. Hey, Salt, how you doing, Chief? Depending on what you want to do for PvP or heavy flight like TDL here, I would go VKBs are better. I know, but you know, that's the thing on Do is, do you want to, like, obviously you can shift any of these joysticks pretty easy, you know, if you don't like them. You know, not many people are, well, again, yeah, you could probably try out VKBs and then you'd be like, anybody want to buy them and I'll take $20 off it or something like that. I mean, that is a possibility. A lot of people will buy them. Yeah, doing no bad, Salty. Recovering from COVID. You overturn, yeah. See, it's a huge thing with that race course where the moment you overturn, that's it. You know, your track's fucked. You can't come back from one overturn on that track. That's why like people get such high speeds, because they've literally got it to the point where they never overturn, and they just give up the moment that they feel that they've overturned. They don't even bother finishing off the track. They just restart. It's a killer, man. I'd definitely be interested trying it again once I've learned these new bases. Alright, it seems you recovered, yeah, roughly about... So the first day was 8 hours of flu, being sick. I'm very fast at getting rid of flu. Or never having it in the first place. So, got rid of that. And then the next day had like hallucinations, being sick, the typical symptoms that you get from COVID, and I think I managed to shift it by day 5. Day 6 was just weak, and today is day 7, where I feel fine. I just got this like, randomly I'll just cough in a frenzy. But my mother did a test today. She's negative towards the virus now, so I would imagine that within like a couple of days I'll do a test and I should be the same. So we're both through it. It's now just recovering and stuff like that. Need more tea? I do need more tea, but luckily Mr. Tuvo sent more tea today. Again, thank you very much for that raid, Evolved. Appreciate it, dude. And if you need to depart, dude. Totally understand. But that would be my suggestion to you, Ondo, is, like, again, if you are saying that you destroyed your springs 10 times, that's not on Verpal, that's definitely on you, if that's the case, right? Like, if you break a spring once, or twice, or something like that, then sure, right? You can look at it that it could be a defective spring, but if you're breaking the springs continuously, that is down to miscare on the actual product. And I would just say, instead of over twisting, just use saturation and learn that to get it back, you know? Because then, instead of doing a full twist, you're only doing a half twist, but still doing a full movement in game. He breaks the springs. Maybe. It's the same with like Red Lear. He broke extra heavy springs on the Warbird, and I'm like, how the fuck did you manage to do that? Obviously, he must have had them not fitted correctly. Because again, like for me, I went 2 years and I never broke any fucking springs in those bases. I just don't understand how people can do it. The weirdest curve on these compared to the Warbirds is when you're pulling back on the pitch, there's this sweet spot, and then if you go over it, it brings it, look at that. And then all you do is just letting off a wee bit and it counters itself really, really nicely. You can't really mistreat it. Oh, you can. You can mistreat anything, dude. If you're pushing all the way to the final point, there's 2 pieces of metal and you just shear this tiny little line of the spring off, and that's why it goes past. That is down to mistreatment. Because again, I literally have a left stick here, dude, that I've had for over 2 years and it's never snapped. And I use my twist to upstrafe all the time for low flying like crazy. Pushing it to its end points as intended. Yeah, but if you're slamming it, dude, right? You have to look at that. They've probably created this in the idea of that. If you are pushing way more on it, then that's on you. That's the way I look at it. Yes, it's intended to go all the way to the end, but if you're whacking it and you don't realize you're whacking it, that's on you for breaking it. There's a certain threshold that it will be able to take, and you're, like I said, you're obviously over pushing on the twist. Because again, if you've broken 10 springs, dude, that's on you, not the design of the Virpil. And that's where I would say is learn to not push all the way to the very end. Don't push all the way to the end. Just create saturation so you never push all the way. Or have to push that far. Don't whack your sticks too much, eh? Because again, it's like a fucking guillotine. You've got this little pin that stops you going all the way to the left or all the way to the right. And all that happens is you shave off this tiny little bit here, which I don't understand why. Personally, I feel like Virpil should have wrapped the end of the spring in like a solid block of metal. So that it was metal hitting off each other on each end, instead of it hitting this sort of guillotine point. And then I would understand, but again, it's one of these things where there has to be a reason why they don't ever change out on it. One only side of hiding, Chief. And again, thank you very much, Evolved. Enjoy your sleepy sleeps. Bit heavy still left and right. I'm gonna loosen this. I need to get a size 3. I wonder if I have a size 3 of this. It's a shame that they didn't do 2.5. That would have been great, because I could have just used that one. Yeah, so left and right needs maybe a quarter turn. I have a feeling I'll probably end up dismantling the left base here. I have a feeling I've put the tension spring on horizontal upside down, where it's got the opposite end of the spring is just catching as it moves left and right, because it makes this clicking noise. Actually, that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to do that right now, because it is definitely pissing me off. That's on me. The cool thing is, I don't have to fully dismantle everything. I just need to. All I have to do is stop. All I have to do is take the yeah, actually, I'll just do the whole thing. I'm gonna double check because it is making a sort of like panging noise, like the spring is just slightly getting caught somewhere, and I have a feeling it's just upside down, and I just need to turn it around. It's a quick fix. I don't have to take any of the cams apart. It's just obviously I gotta take off the desk. Yeah. I wonder how easy these are to clean compared to the other ones. Right, what am I gonna need to take this off again? Does this work? No. I'm gonna need the Allens. I think this is a free job. Or it's a 4 job. No. Free then. So not a 4.0, 3.0. I wonder about the pinky button. It has the screws to take out, right? Mine always gets dirty. Well, I mean, for me, all the buttons feel really good. Like, really, really, really good. But yeah, I was interested with that. I was wondering more if it's like future customizable. You know what I mean? Maybe they make it where you could put a hat there, even, you know. 'Cause I never understood why it would have to have screws, you know? And it's the same with the thumb hat, where it has screws now on it. Like, it would be cool if you could actually just change it out to a button on the. Like, you could have like a hat on one, and then it would just be a button on the other one. Got to get these out. Alright. Alright. Alright, so that needs to be a bit bigger. Baby, let me sleep on it. man, Johnny. 17 months, dude. Thank you for that. Good morning. A lot better today, thank you, actually. Still, obviously, not 100%. Thank you for that, dude. Thank you for the 17 months. Yeah, definitely feeling better. How's things with you, Johnny? Keep on it. I have turned back. Quickly get an alcohol wipe. Decent. Wife is good. Work is decent. Mostly just stuff with my kids in school. Having to shit on people. Oh dear. Pretty much everything else is though good with you. Right, hopefully. It back on. I do like how easier it is to work with these mongoose bases than it is warbird. Warbirds are a pain in the ass to maintain, I feel. Compared to this. I'm used to it now. New VP. It happens. VP? You're talking about Vice President? Oh, Vice President. Yeah, that makes more sense. You can tell how long it has been since I've been at school. Alright, let's turn this off. Been absolutely loving this fucking meatloaf session these past few days. Right. Right. I'll be clean here. Yeah, there we go. Right, that makes so much more of a difference. My sanity is gonna be so much better now. So beforehand, whenever I would move it to the right, the fucking spring would make like a boing noise. And obviously you guys are never gonna hear it. Is it gonna do anything to throw off my game? Like, affect the joystick? No. I'm pretty sure it'd be absolutely fine, but for me, even with a headset on, I can't hear it, I can feel it, and it was doing my fucking nutting. Like, I would just hear it doing or feel it doing in my hand. I can only imagine what it's like to be a real pilot and you get into your fucking cockpit and then somebody else has been fucking fiddling with something, you know? And it just doesn't feel exactly right and you have a fucking rage at somebody. There we go. Right. Let me just put this in the bin actually. Oh, feels good. Right. Alright, I'm gonna quickly recalibrate the left stick though, since we've changed something. Keep driving. Anyone got anything special for the weekend to do, or during the week? Let's load up the left. Oh yeah, that's so much better. Save. And... Oh shit, I had my Steam turned on. That's not good. Alright. Keep driving. Okay, I just don't understand how it just randomly comes in and does that. Oh, so annoying. Right. Let's see what this makes in difference. Oh. For fuck's sake. Sorry, guys.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval.
I think this is definitely the part that really is pissing me off with this COVID. Is this just random... Got a cough for some reason. So frustrating.
Your insurance claim has been sent. Vehicle selected. Stand by.
Oh, maybe we should
Your vehicle has been
get ourselves a wee cheeky crime stat. Put ourselves in at the humongously big deep end. I wonder if I can actually get anything. Grab him. Mercenary. No, so like I just go straight to fucking... No, you don't get anything. Week after of coughing and low energy was what hit me, like a brick wall. I came home, passed out for 8 hours, fever broke, then it was like... Yeah... Like for me... Again, not wanting to spend too much time streaming today because trying to take it slowly, plus this fucking cough is doing my nut in right now. But yeah, I do not like this cough system that's going on. Still feeling quite weak and stuff with everything.
You are clear to launch.
Landing gears raised.
Thank you. Please visit again.
How are we gonna get a crime stat without going into chance to impress? Oh, this would actually work. Yes. Okay, we'll get crime stat. I quite fancy doing a saber flight to Hurston later as well. Probably not on show. So again, he's what the fuck? fuck is the ship doing? It's moving by itself. What? Which way is it fucking moving by itself? Good. Me going forward. Why is it? It's just downstrafing.
All systems offline. Anvil Aerospace. All systems online.
That's so bizarre. Yeah, it's like something's in the old what the fuck? Why is it just starting doing that? Fucking full blown. Oh dear. Over me. Oops. Definitely, I think if Verpal wanted to upgrade their base connection system, these nuts that you put in up there, like to tighten off, they should just do one screw that one screw at the side, just like their twist system that you screw in.
Engines online.
Ever. I don't know if that one actually. Right. There we go. Oh, you gotta be shitting me. Oh, this is definitely not what I wanted to have to fight. In a belt.
Check fire.
Fucking mini retaliator.
Check fire. Check fire.
Mini retaliator.
Check fire.
No! Don't want to fight the mini retaliator. Oh, Jesus Christ. Bastard. Woo! Oh, hit red. Why you do this to me? I can't wait until CIG can fix hit reg with this stupid shit. I hate how every like shield compared to fighter shield is in this game. Like,
Shields hit.
Jesus fuck, dude. The shield faces is just such a bad idea in this game into general. They should just make size 2, size 3 shields tanky and that's it. Not fucking all these faces where you're hitting the wrong angles. There's nothing you can do about it because that's the way the fucking game is. It's so sad. God, it's so tanky.
Target destroyed.
I'm a lost soul. Welcome in, Chief. How you doing today? Like, I don't understand why. Why do terrapins have to be that tanky? Wouldn't it have been more sensible to make like a terrapin sort of like, I don't know, because it doesn't have any weaponry, maybe a little bit more agile or something like that? Crazy, man. Mm. Mm. Do, do, do. Right. We're gonna be able to get more missions though. I need like I really wish you could just keep taking the 9K missions. So you go deal with fighters and stuff. Alright. we can go to Prashad. 318's definitely going to be so much better in Daymar though, because there's all this derelict stuff coming to the game. Hopefully, it'll make this place feel a little bit more alive. I can't wait to see what the, like, Crash 600i, that looked so good in CIG's video on Thursday.
Bottom drop is now off.
Oh man. Hopefully it'll be going into Evocati actually very shortly, because, well, technically they would want 318 out by the end of October. Which means that we should see it in P2 shortly, I would imagine, right? I would imagine. Maybe not. Alright. Let's see how this feels a little bit more now. Alright, yeah, that definitely feels much nicer to keep the smoothness going. I've loosened off the tension slightly on the horizontal movement and keep it a little bit more tenser on the forward vertical. Nice. Whew, it's a little bit too much of a push. Yeah, I definitely feel like I need to change the FOV a little bit. I'm trying to remember what I actually had since I've redone all my settings. Hey, Grumpy Koala, thank you for the follow, dude. Yeah, it can hold the speed so much easier. I have a feeling my warbirds were way too Jigglypuff kind of style. Ask him for. I forgot this one as well. I'm looking for. Yeah. I may loosen off the tension on the pitch on the right stick. Just by a slight amount though. Because I can always, if I find it too loose, after I'm finished with COVID, I can just re-tension it. This feels slightly too tense just for my grip right now. It could be I'm just getting tired already today, which sucks. If you only knew. That's so smooth, man. Yeah, that's so lovely. Man, I'm so in love with this right drip right now. Definitely just I need to lower this tension, I think. It's just so smooth to actually operate it this way. Left is really nice as well. Mm. Ordinary. Yeah, I think definitely I have the settings now I'm happy with. And now it's just practice, practice, practice. But this clutch is something else, like, holy shit. If you do low flying, you would understand where, for example, it's like, before I do like a move or a turn or something like that, you can actually lock the system into place way easier, and it just makes it so much more smoother to move around. If they could figure out how to do a dry clutch on the twist, that would be an insane thing. However, I could probably just learn to do pedal movement more than... I need to update the kit site with what we're using now as well. So nice, you can feather this so well as well. You know what I need? I need... Beautiful. Hey. Did I actually zone out enough to fucking not notice anything? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I zoned out way too much on that one. Oh, man. I'm absolutely shattered. Fuck's sake. This is definitely the worst time to get a pair of new bases. Is when you're fatigued from COVID. Feels like I've been doing a fucking marathon. I'm so tired. And we've only done 2.5 hours, like. Feeling very clammy though. I got the aircon on as well. Maybe that's the body just saying that's enough. I think I'm gonna have to just say that's enough. I hope the clamminess stops. Like, I know that you're meant to like give yourself like what, 2 weeks? This is horrible feeling though. Sorry guys. I'm gonna go and make some soup. Oh, that looks good. That looks good. There we go. Nice chicken soup, I think. I need to go and put like some spices in it and stuff. Get a wee sweat on. Well, we're how you doing, Whisper? Literally on day 7 of COVID, so like most of the symptoms are gone, dude. It's just, yeah, like some days I feel like I've got plenty of energy, and today I just sort of, I don't, and I don't really want to continue streaming in a sort of weird down state, which is annoying because I'm really enjoying these joysticks as well. Very frustrated. How you doing today, Chief, though? Thank you for catching the stream, bud. Ooh. Alright. Who can I send you on to? My head to the new constitution. Oh dear. Yeah, I definitely think it's food time. Fool again. Salty. I'll send you over to Salty Mike. Bloodless Black. Hey, Red Delta. Hey, Emerald. How you doing, Chief? Anyway, guys. Sorry, it's going to be a lighter stream today. NG-wise, I just, for some reason, don't... I had more energy yesterday, but today I'm sort of feeling like meh. And I think it's just... my brain is not at the point where I should be processing all this crap as much as I can. Should be relaxing more, but... Anyway, we got to keep the chain. We'll see how it is tomorrow, guys. Yes. But thank you so much for being here, guys. Zayman, Old Man Johnny Amaro, appreciate you guys. Thank you for all the resubs as well today, guys. Do appreciate all the love. And hopefully we'll get a bit more off on the go. Once I can dial in the settings, like for PvP and stuff, we'll be able to do more on that. So, anyway, enjoy Salty Mike's show, guys. Take care, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace out. We're just gonna wait for this. It's gotta happen. Maybe we'll be able to time this right. Yeah, here we go. Awesome.